that Sony is licensing their, party games out there.
You got this dude breathing heavy. Bro, what are you doing, man? This dude's out here crashing out because PlayStation is third party. Oh, poor little Xvault. Oh, because he thought they weren't like Xvault.
So what is he crashing out about? He's crashing out about PlayStation licensing out some IPs to like Bandai Namco and
that's third party.
Such like that. And this is not the first thing that you think of when you're thinking, oh, now they're third party. Now that means that they're totally third party and they're releasing their games everywhere else. Licensing is something completely...
Oh, it's different. It ain't the same thing because Sony ain't licensing the game. Buddy, they own it. Ain't none of this would be happening if Sony didn't co-sign it because they own the intellectual property. How you trying so hard to spin this, man? Just admit it. PlayStation is third party, bro. How y'all still fighting it? It don't even make sense, man.
Completely and utterly different. And we will
go it's different. We got Sony putting a game on another platform besides their very own, but for some reason it's different all of a sudden when PlayStation do it, but it ain't different when Microsoft decides to do the same thing. That is hypocrisy at its finest here, buddy.
Just a second as well, but just some receipts here, right? We have Colt here. PlayStation is a third-party publisher. Switch 2 is now PlayStation, and it's not even out yet. Playing the light of things because everything's now on Xbox. So now he's got to say, well, since Xbox failed, PlayStation's got to fail too, right? That's some of the narratives that some of these grifters are doing.
And the narratives that you was pushing that PlayStation cared about exclusives, which we're starting to find out time and time again, that clearly isn't the case anymore, man. I mean, just admit it, Xvault Gaming. I was right and you was wrong.
You know what? Xbox failed. We want PlayStation to fail. We want PlayStation to
How is PlayStation going to fail by dropping this game on multiple platforms? If anything, this game is going to be more successful due to that.
Go in the same stream that Xbox is heading through, right?
What are you talking about, bro? You got Xbox putting games on all platforms, and now you got Sony doing the same thing. Let me guess. The excuse, I already know what the next excuse is. But it ain't on everybody. Oh, yeah. Bro, I told you, man. GameStop with another W. I told you that this was going to be the narrative that they were going to push. It ain't on everybody, though. And then when Steam come to Xbox, and guess what? And you play everybody's Hot Shot Golf on your Xbox through Steam, they're going to sit there and say, it's not on Xbox natively. Bro, I know every single excuse you people are going to make before you even make them.
That's what they want because they don't feel as bad about their choices and their delusion and their support. And
that's funny because the same thing could be said about you, Mr. Salty Batch Files.
And loyalty and their grifting, ultimately.
Oh, it's grifting. Look at that. That man literally wiped the side of his eye, bro. Look at it. You crying and then he had to cut it out.
Because they don't feel as bad about their choices and their delusion and their support and their blind loyalty and their grifting, ultimately.
Look at it. PlayStation third party. I gotta wipe. Like, what are you wiping there, buddy? You wiping the salty batch file tears coming out of your eyelids?
It's not even on Xbox, but again, playing.
Game's still with another dub. I told you they were going to say this, but it ain't on everybody. Why does it matter? It doesn't matter if it's not on Xbox. It's still on PlayStation. PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo Switch. It doesn't matter. That is the definition of full third party, according to you ponies. And now look at it. They're changing the narratives again. Now it's about, well, it ain't on Xbox. Bro, come on, man. You know you're getting petty when you start saying stuff like this.
Bad about their choices and their delusion and their support and their blind loyalty and their grifting, ultimately. It's not even on Xbox, but again, playing the fact they're third party.
Yeah, it's not on Xbox, but it's on PC, PlayStation 5, as well as the Nintendo Switch. Two of those other platforms that Sony don't even own. So what are we doing here, Xvault? So now it's about it not being on Xbox? Now this is the excuse that we're going to make to justify why PlayStation is third party?
Newsflash, PlayStation has technically been third party for quite some time.
Oh, really? Now you want to admit it, bro. You know what, bro? I'm tired of it, bro. All this capping out that y'all been doing in this community. Oh, PlayStation is technically third party anyways. Wow. You told me that they was exclusive. You told me that it didn't matter. Oh, PC, that's not Sony's primary source of income. That's not, the games are still exclusive. To just finding out that PlayStation has been third party. Okay. You know what? Let's hear that again.
Ultimately.
Wow.
It's not even on Xbox, but again, playing the fact they're third party. Newsflash, PlayStation has technically been third party.
So wouldn't you consider this grifting? Because you told people that these games was exclusive, right? Or they would never drop to another platform. You even go as far to say that if these games start dropping on Switch, we have video proof of you saying this, that PlayStation, whatever they doing, ain't exclusive. How about you just sit there in the bed and say, hey guys, I was wrong. I didn't see this coming. But nope. It seems like you talking about how Cole Eastwood is doubling down on what he's saying, but it seems like you doing the same thing by double downing on the fact that PlayStation is not third party.
Quite some time. Are they, to an extent, the third party notion that Xbox is, where they're leasing out or putting out their actual IPs by them publishing and creating in-house for God of War, Horizon, Last of Us, Uncharted, you name it, right? Astrobot. Nothing like that is happening or even close to happening to be on a competing platform.
Oh, now we arguing the games. What are you talking about, bro? The games that you mentioned are on PC, which is still third party. What argument do you people still have? And another reason as to why a lot of these games ain't dropping on the Switch, well, at least the PS5 versions of it, because the Switch is not powerful to run those PS5 games. But don't get it twisted. More PS4 games are coming to the Switch too. I'm telling you. I've been telling people, y'all still want to keep capping. Y'all want to still keep taking this stance? Because when that God of War, when it does, if it does, okay? Because y'all just keep spinning the narratives at this point. So when those games do, can we just end it fully? Because this point, y'all just keep stretching. Oh, well, you know, it's these two minor games. Well, who's to say Sea of Thieves and Forza Horizon was a minor game from Microsoft, considering that, or even Hi-Fi Rush, for example? Who's for you to dictate and decide? Because we still ain't seen Halo. We still ain't seen Gears yet. Now, I'm not saying those games ain't coming. All I'm saying is that who is for you to decide what's a major title for PlayStation and what's a major title for Xbox? At the end of the day, it's still third party. You're putting a game on another competitor's platform. The end. Stop the nonsense, bro.
Whether that be the Switch or not. There's nuances and there's levels to this. But again, they want you to believe these false narratives. So what Colt continues to do is double down on this, right?
Yeah, just like you double downing on this.
He doubles down on here. Sony owns the IP. It's 100% still first party. He doesn't quite grasp it, and he wants to double down without doing any research. He wants to make that narrative a thing. He thinks because he's Colt Eastwood and he has 77K followers, which, by the way, 77K followers is a lot, to be out there spreading misinformation. We'll go over that more in a bit.
I mean, didn't we have this conversation that this ain't about publishing wars, and this is exactly games still want another W, bro. And y'all sit there and said that you wasn't gonna make it about this. Now you guys are, oh well, it's Sony's IP, but they ain't the one publishing it, so therefore those games ain't exclusive. Imagine if an Xbox dude said that. Oh, look at that Sea of Thieves, that's an Xbox game, but it's published by Rare Entertainment. Therefore, that's not a game going to PlayStation. Bro, cut the cap, bro. It's a game that they own, and it's a game they drop it on another platform. The end. Nobody cares who's publishing the game. Nobody cares. Stop trying to cap for this nonsense, bro. This is not going to take away the fact that everybody's golf is now everyone's golf. What do you don't understand?
And of course, Minx, right? Hey, Grok, the Sony owns the IP, but we have to go over this here. So we have a video I want to share with you as well here, all right? That video encasing his little podcast with Gaz, of course, the other year, was like Pentiment and so on. And like, well, Hi-Fi Rush, and Hi-Fi Rush is really good. That was a good game, though. And then
yeah, but when Pentiment, which we consider to be a minor title from Xbox, y'all ran with it and act like it was a parade. Oh, look at that, Microsoft publishing games. Now you want to sit there and argue about the quality of games of what Microsoft's putting on PlayStation and what PlayStation is putting on the Switch. Like, like, bro, what are you talking about? If anything, Pentiment was a smaller game than what Sony's doing with a lot of their Patapon, which is a lot of their household games. Freedom Wars even. Like, we're going to sit there and downplay that, bruh? Come on, bruh. We're going to sit there and downplay that? To be honest, it seems like Sony put more of a high budget on those games than what Microsoft did with Pentiment. But who am I to say that Microsoft ain't doing the same thing because they put Pentiment or they put Hi-Fi? Who cares, bro? It's third party. Just call it for what it is.
Of course, chimes in, like I said. Well, PlayStation didn't really buy it much either. Why would we have to? It's not a first-party game that the ecosystem's, relying on, right? They don't have to buy this. This isn't a Sony first-party game. That's when...
Yeah, we know it. We know that because that's why Astro Bot sold 1.5 million as a first-party game.
Fans of an ecosystem that wanted to thrive would do something for. Again, that's due to lack of marketing. That's due to lack of many things on Microsoft's end, so don't blame.
No, that just means that most people don't care about these games, bro. Nobody cares about what your people are complaining about, bro. We was laughing so hard when I was playing a guy in Undisputed, and I was asking him, and I was just doing it for trolling. Why did you pick up a PS5? You guys heard what he said. I don't play those games. I said, Astro Playroom came with the console? I don't play that. I don't even care about it. These people don't care about what you're complaining about. So as much as you people want to act like, oh, we console war, nobody cares. Nobody cares. The people that pick up your console don't care about picking up your console for the same games that you people are picking them up for. You just want people to care about it.
An ecosystem, they didn't do it either, so what did Microsoft have to do about it? You're never holding them accountable like you can until it's...
Wait, how are we supposed to hold Microsoft accountable? They put a game on a platform and then sell there, the end. What is there to be accountable? Microsoft did their part. They bought the game. They brought it to people. Just because it doesn't catch, or ignite the fire like most games, doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game for people that do enjoy it. See, this is the problem. You guys worry more about the business aspect and more than just playing the damn game.
Too late, like what we're seeing right now. It's too late. They should have done better marketing. I don't think it should have been the Shadow Drop.
It wouldn't have mattered if it was marketing. Ain't nobody want to play it. I'm sorry. When Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out, ain't nobody gonna buy it like y'all think. Only a very specific audience is looking forward to that game. It's not gonna sell 10, 20, 50 millions, bro. Like, listen, man. And that doesn't mean the game ain't good. It just means that it just caters to a specific audience. What are we doing, man? Like, I just don't get it.
There's a lot of different things they should have went about this game. It being a pretty good game, I still haven't had my hands on with this, but I haven't really come across anybody that doesn't like the game as a whole. There's some that are like, I just don't like the rhythm action. That's not me, not for me.
I just think you guys don't understand, man. No matter, like, bro, didn't Phil Spencer tell y'all this already? It doesn't matter how good the games are. You just said it yourself. It doesn't matter. People didn't even pick it up on PlayStation according to what's going on. People didn't pick it up on Xbox. Well, we know why, Game Pass, but even then, they probably still would have picked it up. Okay? At the end of the day, people pick up these consoles solely for third party. These specific consoles. Don't throw Nintendo in there saying it's exclusives when you're out here using Nintendo as an example. No. Don't do that. We're talking about the PlayStation and the Xbox. Okay? Keep it 100. The difference between Xbox, they do have a very niche audience with the Gears and the Halos and the Forzas. They do. And they do make money off those games. You feel what I'm saying? But to act like every Xbox game is successful as Halo, Gears, and Forza, Ninja thought, bro, bro, come on now. You get what I'm saying, man? Like, come on now, bro. We already know that this is not what most gamers care about, bro. Maybe the fanboys, because y'all need to feel important over something, but the average gamer, the average consumer does not care.
Understandable. Everybody has different tastes, different strokes, different folks, all that stuff. But ultimately, it's adhered as a fantastic game, a really good quality game, right?
And nobody wanted to buy it.
So again, you see how they're always shifting around. But then again, like we just seen, he was trying to find ways to get hype. So he's been
just like you try to hype up Concord.
Lying to people about him being hyped and excited for. He's trying to find any avenue.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry. Let's take a quick pause here.
Okay.
Let's take a quick pause.
Okay.
Why are you in an ecosystem where you're having to take a step back, sit there in your little broadcasting chair there for a minute, and going like, man, this has really been another tough generation for this ecosystem and for this brand and this hardware. Certainly correct me down in the comments below of how quick a brand new IP with a lot of funding behind it has just utterly failed. What's going on with this game essentially is the false narrative was created well before the game was
even hardcore false narrative
in beta. And, with that steamrolling, it's kind of like a domino effect, right? We're looking at the fact that they played the game and they showed they played the game. They were laughing, having a good time playing the game, truly enjoying it, had no issues with how the game played itself, suits and outfits and everything. But the problem was some of these were just downright just ugly, horrible suits that you'd find.
Man, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, bro. You got this man buying 5 copies of Concord telling you that the Xbox is a failure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. And like I said, take care. Peace out.